Okay. Happy Aries, new moon, solar eclipse. Happy Neptune and Aries. We're in the craziest fucking energy ever. Like, this shit is fucking happening live. Like, the fucking is like literally happening. Like, I needed this energy. We have the last two signs. I like literally like whatever. This is crazy. This is so crazy. I know that God has got me in the proper alignment for whoever this is. You know the sign before I do. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Virgo St. North Node. You are currently watching this video on the Tethered Studios archive, the greatest studio that's ever existed, the best employers I could ever ask for. They let your girl be free and sovereign and rich as fuck at the same time. It's literally so lit. So I just want to thank you guys for being here with me. I want to thank you because this is like once in a millennia energy we're going through. If you don't know that Neptune moving into Aries, starting a new Neptunian cycle, it doesn't happen for another 165 years. The last time we had a new cycle restart like this was 165 years ago. It's giving like we're in such a foundational time in the universe right now. And so the whole point of these zodiacal archives that I do is like a lot of people may not have been conscious or tapped in through like some of these astrological events that happen every year, all the time at different points. But in case you missed them, we just want to make sure like the ones that really are life-changing, like I want to make sure that you guys can always access whatever the fucking channeled information was. So whenever you do come to consciousness, you can always replay this and literally get the frequency of what was going on at this time. So again, this is going to be an Aries new moon, solar eclipse energy. The solar eclipse was actually yesterday. It was phenomenal. And again, Spirit always just guides me. Like you guys, like sometimes Spirit, when it comes to moon messages, sometimes the moon will be rising and it'll be, so I'll have like certain signs that get put out before the moon actually rises, the event of the moon. Sometimes I put out signs that are like under the moon's energy. And then sometimes there are people who get it directly after, because sometimes it's about how the moon transformed you. So for the last two signs, I do know like you needed all the movement that the moon was doing, especially with the eclipse. It's like taking something out. So I believe that the last two signs that I have needed something taken out before they could get their message from Spirit. So love ya. That's why you're positioned. But listen, we saved the best for last. You already knew that. So I'm just full of energy. I'm full of energy. I'm full of energy and energy. I can't even believe this is so hard for me to do. Like this could be upwards of an hour of extemporaneous speaking. I want you guys to understand where like bitches could laugh in my face. Like I could fucking flop at any moment now if I wasn't fucking concentrating on what I'm doing and my own gifts. So I just want you to know this is not something that's easy just because I make it look sexy. So I'm just really grateful that I have this much energy to be on 11 and 12. Like this is literally so crazy. So I have two pieces of paper that have the last two signs on them. There's no spiritual significance to this. This is literally just so I can establish a report of trust that you can literally see me shake this shit the fuck up. Like I feel like this sign, whoever's supposed to be, is like, you rolled the dice, bro, and however that shit landed, you picked that shit up and you were like, all right, we picked it. And I just feel like you took a gamble, babes. You took a serious gamble and it paid off. Of course it's Scorpio, my fucking gambling queens, my gambling queens. Of course it's Scorpio's fucking blowing on the dice. That shit's about to pop out. It's about to pop out, no question. So Scorpio, I have so much energy for you guys. I feel like Scorpio, this is literally the message. Like you know the high you get when you gamble and you're fucking on a roll. You're on a roll right now, Scorpio. Like, you've been doing some crazy risky shit and it's like, and like you're on the high of like, I'm at the tables, I'm popping, like I'm buying drinks for all the bitches, I'm rich as I'm about to walk out of Vegas tonight hella rich because of the gamble, like the fucking expertise in gambling. It's like your frequency right now. So we're going to use the Crystal Resonance Tarot deck to go ahead and get the overall energy. And then we're going to go ahead and use the Aquarian Vintage Tarot deck. It's like my OG to do your actual tarot read. I'm fucking excited. Something you fucking gambled on, Scorpio. That again, and I think with Scorpio, like once you guys get really in your gambling bag, you start risking it. Like you go into bigger bets. You know what I mean? You start betting bigger shit and risking bigger things. And I have a feeling with this eclipse, Spirit is taking out all the bitches that got a problem with your gambling ways. Because gambling is just like is the art of faith. It literally is. Like gamblers are actually like really connected to whatever the source of what they are is, if they're good at it, right? If you're really good at what the best gamblers in the world, like their connection to Spirit, it's like they're magicians. They're literally like magicians. They like to show people how connected to the divine they are. And so a lot of people, you know, we get into the ethics of gambling because it's like, you better not be loading dice. You better not be counting cards. But it kind of always gives that way because if you're psychic, I get this Scorpio, like if you're like, Scorpios are literally psychic. So the reason they're so good at gambling is because they're actually psychic. So you're still cheating either way because you literally know what's about to happen. You literally already knew this was about to happen. So like you literally play the table that way. Like people think you're not a Scorpio. They think you're over here just like really like good and in tune, but it's deeper than in tune. It's intuition, baby. It's not just in tune. I'm intuitively reading what's about to come next. My fucking psychic guys, bitches. You bitches are the fucking cuntiest bitches of all. Okay, this is fucking crazy, but we're gonna do that again. This is too many cards. You guys are the cuntiest bitches of all. You're the cuntiest bitches of all. Like, oh Okay, so Scorpio, off top, you got my storm card. You're literally harnessing, this is Uranian energy. The storm element is when all earth, wind, fire, and air, did I say earth, wind? No, earth, wind, fire, and water are all coming together to make the storm. So Scorpio, in this last 6-month cycle, you realize that you prophetically saw a new beginning coming. You saw the new world. And you saw a vision of the people, you spirit, because again, spirit talks to Scorpio. Like, spirit's been showing you what the fuck. Like, you guys, like, people don't know this about your Scorpio, and I'm sorry that I'm exposing your secrets, but like, Scorpio placements they know, like, they can see, they can see, hear, sense, smell, whatever, people that they're going to know in the future cycle. Even if you've never met them, you get revealed by spirit because you guys are that's what you do. You are the hidden you're the 8th house. So spirit will like show you, like, if you wanted to, Scorpio placements could tap into like, okay, spirit, and what's my next 10-year cycle? Like, who are the people? Show me them. And even if you're not allowed to come into union with them until like when the next cycle begins, you literally got revealed who you were supposed to be connecting with in new cycle. And then Scorpio does this really intense thing. This is why Scorpios, when you meet them, it always feels like, bro, like, it seems like you've been here before. Like, you're coming on really intensely. Like, you really like seem like, why are you so sure? Like, when you meet a Scorpio at the club and you meet a Scorpio at the grocery store and they meet you, they kind of have that like fucking Vivant stare, like, you know, it's kind of like the vibe of like, hey, like, and it's because Scorpio already knew you were coming to them. They literally already knew you were coming to them, and they literally already asked their higher power to reveal who's going to be on their path, so that because Scorpio just like, if something about the Scorpios, they don't want to be they never want to flop. Like, they always want to be prepared for what is going to come. And so they literally, like, if you're meeting a Scorpio for the first time, it's not the first time they've met you. They've been on the ether, like, oh, okay, so she likes this. Okay, so he likes that. Okay, so I should probably act like this, right? Because, yeah. So no, I'm sorry, Scorpio. I'm sorry. I'm telling the girls your secrets. But it's fine because you want your secret to come out. But the storms they cause, because a lot of people are like, what the fuck is wrong with Scorpios? Like, they always create chaos everywhere they go. But storms clear energy. They do. They clear energy for all the elements. They literally make a new energy frequency. So when you see a Scorpio creating a storm, I think people are finally getting revealed with this eclipse the reason behind why a Scorpio might start a storm. It's because usually if you say like a new cycle is approaching, Scorpio, fuck the dumb shit, bro. I had to read, like, there's no continuity. Nothing happened. It's been like 30 seconds. Like, whatever, storage on these dumbass devices. But do you see how they don't, Scorpio, it's like somebody doesn't want, they don't, like, I literally, as I was about to tell the deepest secret, as like, why does a Scorpio start a storm? Like, a lot of times people will watch your erratic behavior, Scorpio, and be like, they just judge the erratic behavior. They judge the storm. Like, dude, you ruffled so many feathers. Like, why can't you leave it alone? Why are you always beefing with people? Why are you always, and they don't understand. Like, they're not even saying why. They're just like judging that you're doing it. They're judging that you're like the fucking nebula in the middle of the storm. Like, Scorpio is the bitch that's like chaos is raining, and Scorpio's like, and people are like, why are you literally never bothered? Like, why are you so fucking detached? Why are you always in La La Land, chilling out whenever, it seems like when shit gets fucking insane, Scorpio like gets more and more relaxed. You want to know why I'm going to put you on a secret? Because Scorpio created the storm. Most people think, like, they think random chaos reigns. They actually think that, like, the samsara, like, aspect of life, the fucking random fucking shit is just, like, happening, whatever. And they don't, like, this is what I'm saying, like, this eclipse is giving everybody back their authentic power. Scorpio's power is they're the ones who decide when they start a war. So even if all of a sudden you wanted to start a war with a Scorpio out of nowhere, right? Like, something triggers you about a Scorpio, they summoned you. They stung you in the ether, and now all of a sudden you can't stop. Like, you want to, like, oh my God, this shit is crazy, bro. I'm literally, because my Scorpio energy, I have a yod, and so so the way that Scorpio energy in me happens is like, I cause storms. Like, I'm literally having to accept that about myself. Scorpio, I'm with you girls. It's me. Like, a lot of times, like, people will like come and attack me, like, straight up they'll attack me. And what I learned through this eclipse portal in the fucking funniest and roughest way is that, like, oh, I literally like want people to be triggered, because storm energy, it creates the ability to get what you want. This is where we are the mass manipulator. Like, we will create a storm as Scorpios to get the beginning we actually want. Like, if I need to meet an end goal, and I'm like, bitch, I need, like, and it's something that's, like, again, because I'm aligned with my higher self. This is not just like low vibrational narcissistic bullshit. No. But if it's like something that God needs to have done, like, if God is like, Alexis, I need you to find a way to channel this message. I need you to find a way to get my will done on this earth. I'm going to tap into my Scorpio energy every time. I'm going to start whatever chaos, whatever fucking destructo, whatever, to make sure that God's will can get done. That we can have the beginning that the creator wants. And Scorpio, that's you. Like, I think people are really about to find out, like, because I think people think it's their free will. Like, when you're around a Scorpio, you have no free will, babes. I'm literally hearing Mr. Aubrey Drake Graham be like, babe, like, you're not going to be able to not talk to me. You're not going to be able to not, like, look at me. You're not going to be able to ignore me. Like, that's a Scorpio thing. Oh my God. You're not going to be able to ignore me. You're literally not going, like, sorry. Because Scorpio has this deep awareness that they were born to, like, you are the place where people surrender. The 8th house, the kundalini, the taboo, the sex work, the gambling, like, you run all of that underground shit. And you run all the occult, esoteric knowledge, what I do here. This is all very Scorpionic. And so, you know, you are meant to get people out of body. You are the thing that people can't say no to. You're the drug they can't put down. You know what I'm saying? You're the fucking Whopper meal they can't stop eating. You know, you're everything that is addictive in this life. Like, when this shit is just, it's because addiction, people think addiction is like people are addicted to bad things. No, they're addicted to feeling good. It's like, that's why I don't even, bitch, we you know my ethics on fucking, bitch, fucking fuck the sober agenda. Free the girls. Why are we policing usage? Why? Because the root of it is that people don't want to be feeling pain and they want to feel good. And when you feel good, like, let's be real about what drugs do. So, like, again, that's the Scorpio in me, right? That's coming out. That's like, what is y'all's problem? Like, what? Pass me the liquor today. Like, it's really not that serious. Like, not everybody's on a self-destructive path. Usually people want to feel better. Literally. So Scorpio is like, some of these things, these taboo places that you run, you know they make people happy. People don't be at the strip club because they hate themselves. They be at the strip club because they're trying to feel good. Girl, what? Come on. So if you're one of you, Scorpio's just not the prude. And I'm just talking to you because this is your reading and it's our little private world. Like, no, but you other bitches, if you have a problem, you can log off. But on the Scorpio reading, we're talking to Scorpio. And I'm telling you, like, I just feel... it's insane. Like, I feel like you are finally, whatever happened under this eclipse portal and within the last 6 months brought you to the awareness that, like, you be starting storms. And in fact, you even provoke, the provocateur in Scorpio provokes people to even attack you. And so even, because I think, like, I can tell you in the last year, I used to really, like, before I realized how much Scorpionic energy, like, rules my chart, I used to really feel, like, this kind of sensation of, like, damn, like, I feel like, why did somebody just attack me? Like, that was so rude. Like, that was, like, she has problems. Like, what the fuck was that about, right? And then God humbled me and was like, baby, what if I told you, like, you asked her to come out of her bag? Because Scorpio knows this. Scorpio knows deeply the laws of the universe. So if you commit a crime against someone else, you cross someone's boundaries and come into their individual personhood and you hurt them in some way, you take something from them, you do some shit to them that's not on their divine path. Scorpio knows in an instant, a karmic debt is paid. It has to be paid. So sometimes Scorpio will provoke people. If Scorpio needs, like, a resource, another way to get resources is 8th house, through other people, death and taxes, right? Through other people's finances. So if I can make you create a debt, to me, that's another way to generate resources. A lot of these other bitches in the zodiac could be like, oh my God, really? But, like, Scorpio is like the person that's like, actually, I wouldn't mind taking you to court and actually just, like, winning the case and, like, making you pay me back $4 million. And that $4 million is going to start my spiritual business. Like, that's how Scorpio thinks. Like, we can get it one of two ways. Like, actually, like, Scorpios are the people that's like, I actually don't mind if someone smashes into me. Like, I don't actually mind if a drunk driver hits my fucking car and fucking I break a leg, because the settlement I'm gonna get out of that can help me start my fucking hair business. You know what I mean? Like, Scorpio's, like, not averse to those, like, different ways of, like, achieving and creating resources, creating abundance. And a lot of people miss out because they think it's not honorable, or it's not, like, what capitalism tells you to do in terms of, like, how to make money. Or capitalism, like, tries to, like, for poor people, capitalism tells you, like, eat the rich, right? Like, they're the worst people in the world. But that's also the reason why they keep poor people poor, because poor people think that, like, oh, I'm going to get a cookie at the end of my life for moral compasses. God is not a person. God's not sitting there looking at you like, you built your business the slow and steady way. Like, bitch, if you don't make that OnlyFans today, I mean, like, you're just going to be, it's like, at the end, like, you get to earn whatever your journey makes. But, like, sometimes, like, just taking longer, going slower, doing it this Boy Scout way, like, does that really count? Like, does the moral bullshit actually, like, I mean, it doesn't translate to a dollar. So if your goals are, like, literally, 3 interruptions. They don't want you to have this message. So I'm about to be very concise with the shits. They literally do not want you to have this message. They literally do not want me to tell you the fucking truth about this. So anyways, it's probably because everybody wants to suppress gambling. Everybody wants to suppress the 8th house. But if you were born with Scorpio placements, you will not be able to avoid that. You are literally here to show us that the 8th house exists and there are other ways to get the things that we need. It's true. It's true. And they're not even bad. Again, I think that the thing that people have, the age of Pisces would try to demonize the 8th house. How can we demonize the 8th house? Taxes are supposed to be paying for public resources, right? Other people, like people get married all the time so that they can use somebody else's resources to get some shit, right? Everybody wants to ask for donations, right? Those are all scorpionic energies. Those are all scorpionic shits. Every entrepreneur has to gamble, right? Investors, onset investors, shareholders, the stock market, Scorpio. Come on, come on. So stop demonizing us because this is your time. No demonization. Nobody's going to be demonizing Scorpio anymore. Stop. Karma already cleared my name, already showed you that I've never been nefarious. It wasn't me. It wasn't me being nefarious. And I'm not even talking about any Scorpio's individual acts. I'm saying being a Scorpio in general cannot just be bullied on. It can't just be punished anymore just because you are a Scorpio. You can be a Scorpio that people fucking hate because of what you do. Absolutely. Just like anyone can hate fucking any sign because they're actually a shit person. But a Scorpio, just like, because you can't be like, we love Pisces. Oh, I love Cancers. Oh, I love Aries for what they are, for what they serve the zodiac wheel. But no more can people just hate you because God designed the 8th house. God made what Scorpio represents. So if you can't, that's just discrimination. It really is, right? Like we don't allow racism. You can't discriminate against somebody's skin, gender, none of that, right? But you can discriminate against Scorpio just because they're Scorpios. Stop. Because they're even doing it in the fucking reading right now. Fucking attack. They're bitter. You can't hate me just because this is what God put on my path. That's the only problem you have with me. I'm not even a bad person. I literally am the most charitable, giving, wonderful, brilliant person. And that's what I'm seeing. Like Scorpio literally is like doing the most good right now with their fucking energy during this new age. They're so excited. They built something beautiful. But the people who hate you just because of who you are, it's cooked. It's cooked. And guess what? You're putting these bitches in the coffin. You're ending these hoes. The slander is over because it's corny. Because Scorpio, I believe in this eclipse in the last 6 months, you fell all the way back. You realize that like, dude, I used to spend so much time defending that myself because I knew that people were just discriminating against me just because it's the cheap shot. It's so easy for somebody to look at a Scorpio or me and be like, you know, oh, what's your sun sign? And you'll be like, oh, I'm a Scorpio. And they're like, you can't just do that. You can't just be like, just because somebody said their sun sign is a Scorpio. That is literally like the rest of your chart could be nothing like that. And so again, there's no more of that for all zodiac signs, but I think Scorpio is like changing the way that our perception of shit is. Like just because you hated your raggedy ass baby daddy because he's actually like stupid and dumb and maybe he was a Scorpio sun, does that mean now for the rest of your life you're gonna walk around hating all Scorpios? That's crazy. That was just a bad dude. That had nothing to do with the fact that his son was in Scorpio. It has to do with his soul's karma. What? Stop. It has to do with the choices he made. It has to do with people's free will. But it doesn't mean that any one zodiac sign, let me just be very clear. It doesn't mean any one zodiac sign is any one thing. We all have characteristics. We're all archetypal. Yes. But what we do with archetype, there's low and high vibrations of every fucking sign. So there's just no more Scorpio slander just because you guys rule the 8th house, like I said, of all those things that you're in charge of. Like you fell back because you're like, I'm not even gonna waste my time defending this anymore. Because y'all don't fucking treat fucking Tauruses like this. Y'all don't fucking do Aries like this. Y'all don't fucking do Libras like this. So why do you keep doing it every time you hear I'm a Scorpio? It's like, oh, get away, toxic. It's like, what? Toxicity is proven by behavior. You don't even know me, babe, respectfully. Look, oh, Scorpio's going crazy. I'm gonna get this message out for you because these bitches, they hate to see you up. They hate to see Scorpio be like, but a lot of this judgment I got, you don't even have proof. And a lot of Scorpios, and sometimes Scorpios are the bad guy and they actually do heinous shit just to prove though that like you really didn't like my vibe just because of your ignorance. And then you dug for something to prove how you felt about me. Like that's another thing that I feel like Scorpios knows all too well, where it's like, yeah, but at the end of the day, you know a bitch who went up to you and just didn't fucking want to like you just to not like you. And then that's why they're always looking for flaws in you. Fuck them. Integrate that shadow, babe. They murdered you. They murked you in cold blood. And I think that people don't realize like Scorpios underground, they were the ones who actually were the keepers of the new earth. Like they were the ones with enough resources to like tell us like to create the new grid. So Scorpio's like, that's fine. You can kill me. You can murder me. But you can try to murder me. But the scorpionic part of Jesus Christ is the reason he rose on the third day. It's the truth. It's his 8th house magician energy that resurrected his body. All resurrections, all phoenixes rising from ashes into a new form, all metamorphoses are Scorpio. All of it. So, again, just remember, this is what they did to Jesus Christ. They murdered him because of their fucking spiritual pariah bullshit, their fucking morality. And the whole time, Jesus Christ was sent as the Son of God to fucking construct a new earth. They put this nigga in a coffin. Because he was scorpionic. Because he was fucking resurrecting people, healing the blind, and doing shit like that. Whether you believe the story or not, the principles of this story, it being passed down, is to show you how they're going to do a Scorpio. And that's what I'm saying. And it's not just, it's his Scorpio chart. Because anything that you're doing, like if you're bringing someone back to life, if your pastor in your church is like reviving someone or exercising, that's scorpionic shit. But y'all pick and choose who you want to do. But these people have the power to create worlds. Scorpio has the power to create worlds. So just remember, if we murder the Son of God, right? If we murder Jesus Christ, that's why y'all are like, oh my God, like you're locked outside of the kingdom of heaven. That's what I'm saying. They keep murdering you, Scorpio, just for discrimination purposes, not even because they don't even know your character. They've never known it. They let fear keep them so far away from actually knowing who you are because they're just scared of you. So that's what I'm saying. The longer people were scared of you in this old cycle, the longer we were just all kept outside of like, oh, like, again, how long is it taking for people to give fucking trans people fucking the right, like, the recognized rights? Like, they're already living sovereignly. But, like, how long is it taking for some, just because it's taboo, because it's outside of a gender binary? How long is it taking sex workers to be acknowledged? Like, baby, this is a job. Baby, it's a job. I'm good at what I do, and it's a job. I get a check for it. Just like you got customers at your little cupcake shop, I got customers at the every weekend. You know what I'm saying? It's taken so long for people to just see that, like, this industry is this, it's the same as any industry. If we're trying to make money, yes, we're trying to make money in different means, in different ways. And again, if you're not being ethical, nobody needs to be a cop. We don't need cops because we literally have source. We literally have a God that already has all types of fucking archangels recording every deed that's done. Nobody is doing anything that's not witnessed, and everybody receives karma instantly. So anybody who wants to play Mr. Officer, you can pause right there. You don't have to do that. Your life, you would be wasting your life force policing a Scorpio, policing any other person on this planet, when it's like, babe, what should you be doing with your day? You are not bigger than me. If you are in a human body, we're equals. So what if I'm acting fucked up? Believe I'm getting it back. You don't have to fucking act like nobody sees what they're doing. Baby, God sees what I'm doing. Even so, like I said, this isn't about fucking you being a good or a bad guy. This is not about high vibe, low vibe. I'm not. They hate to hear the truth, and that's why they try to stop this video a million times. That's fine. I'm gonna stitch it together. Scorpio. Because it's looking like they tried to throw the smear campaign. They tried to say you were so stupid, but Scorpio fell back and was like, I'm not even going to defend the discrimination I'm getting, the blind discrimination for fucking stupid shit that people are just making up just because they want to hate me without even knowing me. But at the end of the day, you let the money talk. Like, okay, but if God hates me so much, you guys are going to have to change your definition of God, because God keeps giving me kingdoms, massive $1 million, $1 billion, $1 trillion fucking gold mines. Why would God keep giving that to someone who's so morally irreprehensible? Like, so fucking why would God keep giving me all this abundance if I was actually a bad dude? Trust you, the bad guys are actually just the people that have a fucking shitty quality of life. It's the truth. And a lot of times it be the people that walk around talking about how saintly they are, but they live the most miserable existence. If you fucking see a Scorpio on jet skis in Mykonos every day, fucking clinked up, chinked up, and doing whatever the fuck they need to do, at the end of the day, I think Scorpio's like, well, just look at how my life is turning out for me. Like, Scorpio just found a way in the last 6 months to be like, look how my life turns out. I'm not even going to waste my time anymore. Look at how my life turns out. Because it's a lose-lose battle. Like, at the end of the day, I just have to rely on the fact that my life actually feels good. Like, I can't even compare it to you girls. I don't even want to argue with you girls anymore, because it's literally always the losers who hate their life that want to come find a Scorpio who loves their life and just try to tell them, like, what you're doing is wrong and how you do it is wrong. Okay, but it's an A conversation. It's not even A, B, it's an A conversation. Look. Because they know Scorpio's attractive in the recent past. So these are the bitches who always want to give their unsolicited advice about how you live. And all Scorpio learned in the past is like every time they walk their asses up to me because their intuition told me that you needed to be stopped. I had to tell the world about who you were. I just had to let them know that you're a bad guy. Every time you watch how God has your back and makes them, it just exposes that these people's shadow is not integrated. It's corny. I'm gonna tell you right now, in the year 2025, if you're going up to Scorpio for being dark natured, you're illiterate. You're literally illiterate. That is literally what God designed any Scorpio placement to be. So every time you feel the need to come, change them into something lighter, right? Because they're just shadow. Shadow is not negative. It's just dark. The moon is not bad. It's just, it doesn't generate its own light from within. It's not the sun. So, but the moon governs literally fucking women's menstruation, all of our internal cycles, our harvest cycles, our water cycle. Right? So would you really insult the moon on some shit just because it's dark? No, you wouldn't. Just because it's nighttime? No, you wouldn't. So again, Scorpio is the night worker, the dark worker, the underground, the esoteric, the occult. They're the occultists. They're all of that, right? They're the mystic. They're all of that. But every time somebody comes, they abuse the fact that they know you're magnetic. So they're like, you attracted me. You asked for this. You asked for this, right? A lot of y'all know that people try to be like, you asked for the attack. Scorpio, why would a Scorpio ask for attack? Scorpio is non-discriminately, like, you're like a whale. When a whale eats, it just takes in everything in the fucking ocean. Like, it doesn't even know. Sometimes a whale is eating all types of fucking shit. They're just hungry. They're eating like microorganisms. They're eating fish. They're eating all types of shit, plastics, whatever, right? They don't know. They're just opening their big ass mouth. So a lot of times when a whale swallows like some plastic or some fucking shit that was dumped into the ocean accidentally, a lot of people want to be like, oh, you choked on that? Well, that's because you attracted it. And people abuse that with you all the time, Scorpio. But you learned in the recent past, like, oh, every time somebody feels intuitively guided by their higher power to come fucking deal with me when I didn't send for them, they just walk away looking stupid, like God's going to send them on a dark night of the soul. Like, baby, go integrate your shadow. Because if you're going to try to go toe-to-toe with Scorpio about shadow work, they're going to win every time. Scorpio they're more comfortable with their shadow than Scorpio's life is about learning how to embrace the light aspects of them. Because Scorpio loves being dark. Scorpio was like super comfortable being a villain. They're super comfortable being like, I don't fucking like bitches. They're super comfortable being like, I hate that. I don't like that. Get away from me. So they're needing to come and be more like, for Scorpio, if you really want to like get a Scorpio, like test him on how hard it is to say, like when Scorpio really likes somebody, it's like so hard for them. They're like, oh my God, I don't even know how to tell them I really like them, because it's just like, it's so opposite of their dark nature, right? They're so integrated with their darkness. So again, you bitches who think you're going to come again, you're about to get I love it, because Scorpio is like, you're like reading, I literally like, she just titled it like, that fucking quote, like, bitch, if you were looking for some poppers, you're finna get drilled. Like, that's what happened. Like, these bitches come looking for shit with you, and they're about to get drilled. They're about to get drilled, because you're the Dark Lord. It's like going up to Darth Vader and being like, what? Trying to be like all fucking righteous and dumb. And Darth Vader's like, I'm literally doing what I gotta do. Like, I literally am doing exactly what I have to do. Like, no cap. Like, it's so, oh my God. Because you mastered this. It's, again, I think we were all on our evolutionary journey of learning and being aware of who we really are and what we really serve. And once Scorpio knows you're the death key, you are the gatekeeper of death and rebirth. You decide what dies and gets reborn into a new form and what the new form is going to be. And so we really need you, because the old paradigm is dying. So if we stamp out Scorpio and continue to do the things that we always do, then the new world is, we're not going to even be able to like walk to it. You're the gatekeeper. Scorpio's the gatekeeper. And so now I feel like you're communicating. You're like in your gatekeeper era. You're like, you can come in, you can't get in. Scorpio's like, who can get in the club and who can't get in the club. It's so funny because my father is a Scorpio, and like he spent a large part of his like 20s and early 30s like working on 6th Street which is like the downtown district of like Austin. But he was like a bouncer. He was like the bouncer. He was like the guy. He was like, every hot club was like, because he was just gorgeous and he was like this Scorpio, but he just like knew how to protect the vibe, because you got to know like the vibe for the inside of the club and the vibe for outside of the club, because a club space is an 8th house thing. So it really, like, my dad's like ended up being a preacher, but it's just funny because even before he stepped into a spiritual call, like he was always doing exactly what his energy can do, like deciding like there's a very vulnerable vibe on the inside of this door. Like, even if it's a strip club, like on the other side of this door, we can't have weirdos, we can't have cops and ops coming into the club. So he would be using his spiritual discernment even then. So it's like it's like you have the resources and the foundation to really like facilitate this experience. So it's just, I just share that example with you because it's like, no matter whether you're low or high vibration, like Scorpio is like, you're always going to be living, doing you. So don't worry about your life being long and nuanced and twisting and turning and becoming so many different things, because at the end of the day, like, dude, you are so prepared. Your life experience has prepared you for your highest call, your lowest call, and everything in between. And again, I think, like I said, what's corny in 2025 is like going up to people and just discriminating. This is like going up to somebody and being like, I don't like you because you're black. Like, I feel like Scorpio is just like, okay. Or like going up to somebody being like, you're this way because you're fucking white, or you're this way because you're brown, or you must eat this because your family's from here. Or like with my husband's situation, like, oh, all Hondurans are this, they're fucking grimy and slimy, like they're the worst of Latin. Like these weird, just like derogatory, over homogenous things, like that's very Scorpionic. Like right now that represents the things that people just don't know information about. And a lot of times the 8th house is the richest house, where a lot of hidden riches are. Like again, like a lot of like wealthy, when you think of like certain pharaohs and things, like certain like figureheads that had like real wealth in different contexts and different communities across the globe throughout history, a lot of them like buried their wealth and then like wrote Sanskrit so that you could not like decode where to even find this stuff, because it's better. Like again, Scorpios like knows that sometimes the best way to get people to not try to steal from you or to leave you alone is for them to just hate you, so that they don't come taking your stuff. So I think Scorpio's like super okay with people hating them, because it's actually another form of protection. Like it actually is okay, because a hater at least won't be over here. Like they won't be actually trying to get my stuff, because Scorpio knows they're valuable. They literally know they're valuable. It's literally crazy. It's literally crazy. But Scorpio, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm so proud of you, Scorpio. This is so cute. Love is such a light frequency. It is. Like, it is. It literally, like, love is, like, the highest vibration. It's such a high vibration. It's such a light frequency. And I'm really proud, because this experience, Scorpio, like, one, it shows you the people that would deal with you proper. Like, there, of course, there's going to be signs that, like, do really well with, like, Scorpio. But, like, through this cycle of, like, all this discrimination and all this, like, blind judgment and whatever, over you, over things that, like, you literally can't even control, it really showed you that, like, well, I am attracting all of this stuff, though, because it is really important for me to, like, realize that, like, I'm not just meant to be defending myself. Like, I deserve love. And I, like, this is, like, really sweet. Like, Scorpio, like, you are coming into the awareness of, like, dude, I deserve true love. Like, I'm already having to, I'll probably never stop having to be the villain. I'll probably never stop being attacked. But, like, maybe the thing that I'm missing is, like, true, like, a love offering. And I just have a feeling Scorpio has built up the bravery to actually just go, like, send out a love invitation that's like, hey, like, I noticed that you really seem like someone that would, like, isn't, like, judgmental, like, isn't actually just gonna blunt, like, is gonna give me a chance to prove that, like, the contents of my character for myself with you, you know? And I feel like Scorpio is about to march up to someone that they've been looking at for a very, very, very long time. And it was in the reason it took you maybe this long, Knight of Swords, to do this, it's just because, like I said, Scorpios, if you really wanted to, like, test the Scorpio, like, they're not super comfortable with the lovey-dovey, buddy-scuddy, gritty. Like, they know the, like, they know the dark love, but the light love, the love that makes you want to come outside and, like, show, like, your inner child, all the things that you really try to, like, protect with that Scorpionic stinger, like, to show parts of your character, the things that just, like, have, like, I feel like a lot of Scorpios don't really show, like, the golden retriever, you know what I mean? They show the black cat, but they don't really show the golden retriever. And this type of lover, like, this type of, like, community or friends or, like, partner maybe, or, like, business, like, there's something that's really, like, it's a part of your destiny, and, like, you've really been, like, people think you fell back because you lost some battle, and you actually fell back because you were building up the strength to be able to, like, ask this thing out, like, to be like, hey, I'd like to actually, like, no, yeah, I'd like to, no, yeah, like, you bring the golden retriever out of me. Like, we're about to see a lot of fucking Scorpios looking like Vyvanse there, but, like, with a giant smile, like, giving Jim Carrey, like that kind of vibe, like just so, like, I don't think people have seen Scorpios, like, this is beautiful. They're about to be very happy. They're about to be very happy. And I think this is the beautiful thing. You've got Temperance. Like, Temperance is, like, this is very sweet. This is, like, a very sweet energy for Scorpio. Like, you literally are in your, like, working hard for your cup, like, for your union energy. Like, this is someone who's, like, 'cause Scorpio is, like, tapping into a very romantic frequency. And I think Scorpio is, like, so okay with it. Like, Scorpio be at the clubs, they be like, y'all my girls. Like, they treat everybody like family. Like, anyone who's ever been outcasted or othered, like, Scorpio's so there for you. But this is, like, Scorpio being like, oh wait, guys, I think I might have actually found, like, my people, my person, my thing, you know, my Shayla. Like, no, but I feel like, and so Scorpio, like, I think you know this is actually really happening for real, because I don't think it's ever happened in your life really, like, before, like this. But I think you know it's happening for real, because it brought out this very, like, 8 of Pentacles, like, you did something very big for them. Like, you like, have put together, like, You use that, because remember when I started this reading, I was talking about like Scorpio like literally will like, because you use your psychic abilities to see them coming, and then you like build something. So like your first impression, like the first time you get to mix and mingle with these people, it's gonna be like 8 pentacles. It's gonna be like, oh wow, like this is the person that's like, the first date is like, I'm flying you to, like, I like psychically read your diary, I know you've always wanted to go to Mykonos, so like for our first date I already have the trip booked out, like I already know, like, and you're able to just show them your real self, and they're not even they're for you. So it's like, wow, okay, like that just shows effort, that just shows like you're, but it also is sweet because like I said, it's a very vulnerable side of Scorpio. Like this Knight of Swords is like, all right, I'm going in, like I'm gonna go for love. Like this is, it's beautiful, it's very sweet, it is very sweet, it's very sweet. And you had, it comes from this part of you that's like, I have so much to protect, you know. And I think the reason you know this person is for you is because they protect you too. They protect the assets that you have on astral as well. Like they're always defending you in the outfields, and it's like they don't even know they've been defending you, but like when it comes to scorpionic energy, like you can see how much they defend you from the things that, when it's really people who just want to steal from you, or people who just want to take what you have because they can't produce it themselves, so they just start discriminating against you because they're insecure about what you can produce that they can't produce. But you, Scorpio's always telling people like there's another way. Like if you guys would stop hating the 8th house and maybe embracing OnlyFans or Bitcoin or streaming or these things, like you could stop acting like a brokeback mountain and be like, I've always had to work so hard. Like it's 2025, there's new technology, like embrace it, embrace innovation. Like Scorpio's like, you don't have to sit here and try to steal my shit just because the only reason I got this stuff on astral is because I'm open-minded, you know. And I think that Scorpio's in their open-minded era, but the people that they're ready to come into union with, I think, like I said, you really feared this. I think Scorpio like really feared being in a deeply committed relationship, but like the cycle of that is closing, where this is something you feared. You don't have to be scared of it anymore, because I think you were always envisioning being married to people who would like murk you and steal your money, instead of being married to people who are actually like you, for you. What would someone liking Scorpio be like? And I get it, because it was pretty, it's not your fault, Scorpio. Like in the past, like we all were just blindly told to like hate that, like hate the 8th house, hate psychics, hate mystics, hate esoteric knowledge, hate the occult, hate witches, hate sex workers, hate, you know, people who identify with different genders, hate all this stuff that is in the in-between and under the meat, you know, all of this stuff. And so there wasn't really a lot of people that were empowered to like come forward and like really show that they would like really accept you. So it's not your fault that like you used to actually really fear that cycle coming in, like closing out the cycle of just being a bachelor, just being single, like just kind of, you know, having passing interactions with people, because I think you used to always envision that you like, there's nothing worse to Scorpio than thinking about someone who's like, thinking about a marriage to like someone you fucking hate, or thinking about him being married to someone who like hates you. Like Scorpio's like, I'm good off marriage if that's what marriage is, but that's not what marriage is. So you, Scorpio, are also realizing like people were just reflecting the biases you had. You scoffed at love. You said love is stupid and anybody who's in love is dumb because of a fucking projection, because of just like what you looked at. You were like, nah, I would never be a husband. Like, no, I'm a business guy, I'm not a husband. That's so corny. But that's the same thing they do to you, Scorpio. They go up to you and they're like, I would never date a Scorpio. They're so toxic. And how does it feel? It never feels, again, discrimination never feels good, because it's about your character. It's about what you're really about to do. It's not about what you say. It's not about what you look like. What are you really about to do to somebody? And so again, the only punishments in the world are like, what did you actually do though? And so again, you are learning like, wow, but I can't be in the same image as my ops, where like I actually judge things randomly, or I actually look at things and I'm like, I wouldn't do that either. Especially things when it comes to like love, because I feel like Scorpio really needs love. You need a lot of support to be a Scorpio. You need a lot of like love and admiration. So Scorpio's letting love in. Scorpio is letting love in. Oh my God, Scorpio. You are ending this Aries new moon eclipse and this Neptune in Aries completely in sync with the energy. You and Mars is so ready. The masculine Mars is so ready. The storm energy, the tower energy, you are so ready to use your masculine energy to pursue this. You have this. You see it. Scorpio finally knows who their real equal is. They know who it always was. They know because it was offered to you. It's the people who actually love you, who actually care about you and also reflect what you do, and for light and for dark. And that's all that matters. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be everybody's cup of tea. You can even be hated by a lot of people, but you still deserve your life. That's one thing I will never agree with. It's like, it's none of our job to decide like who deserves the life they've been given. because God makes shitty people too. It's someone's karma. Like, the only reason you incarnate and do shitty shit is because it's karmic. It's your karmic nature. You have not ascended your consciousness. People who come and do violent things, people who come and abuse people, people who come and abuse power, people who come and, like, again, like I said, desecrate or harm the planet, that's a consciousness problem. They just have not ascended their awareness as to why that would just be hurting themselves. It roots from separation. It roots in the dark age, where we thought God was separate from us and left us on this planet stranded. And that was never the truth. That's why we fucking kill animals for fucking snacks, and like they have no spiritual significance. We burn down, we cut down all the forests. We pollute the ocean. We do all this crazy stuff. There's no drinking water. Like, we do all these crazy things because I think we think God just left us here. Again, there's a lot of these false religions that talk shit about, like, this is hell and we're all just waiting to get to heaven. Like, baby, no, you're not. It's hell because you literally keep destroying it here. Like, it was supposed to be abundant. Like, this planet provides for every single person here, and there's like literally abundance for everyone. So again, moving away from an age of separation and into a unity consciousness age, it's like the ability now for Scorpio to be like, oh, okay, like, God is not leaving us for dead. Like, we're actually, like, still, God's like, you can talk to me anytime. You don't even have to pray. You literally can just talk, because I'm literally witnessing everything. The I am, the great I am, the full, everything is witnessed. We are all witnessed. And so I think Scorpio realizes, like, there are people out there that were witnessing me. My Two of Cups was always really seeing me. And so instead of putting, like I said, you don't have to hate the institution of marriage. You don't have to hate, you know, these objective things, right? Because marriage is for two people who know that they're meant for each other to claim their love, right? But a lot of people think marriage, because people who do marriage the wrong way, are for, like, two people who hate each other to come together to, like, survive. And that's not what marriage is. And that doesn't have to be what it is for you. But when you get to marry your energy in this new cycle, you're gonna be, it's like, you're gonna feel like a fool. Like, you're just like, I, like, only have eyes for you. It's like the fool. It's like, I'm just ready to just, like, I don't even care. I'll take my little knapsack. I don't even need anything. These are people, places, things, destined and fated partnerships for Scorpio that you don't even need. Like, they're the type of people, it's like, we literally could just talk. We literally could just look at each other. And it's like, the witnessing, the awareness, the love that's being shown, like, through that is, like, next level. So I'm really excited for you, because this is just such a lighter experience for you, and it's actually, like, deeply gratifying. Like, you're so intense and you have such beautiful emotions that deserve to be matched. So this reading is, like, the sweetest reading, like, the sweetest reading ever. Like, you are ready to be a fool for true love, and I don't even know what else to say about that. Like, I literally don't even know what else to say about that. It's, like, phenomenal. So congratulations to you. I love you guys. Peace, love, happy Aries new moon solar eclipse.